Hey guys, Sean P here. Been looking forward to this one. It has been a couple weeks, but I got a great excuse. I didn't do anything for any of my businesses last week because I came down with what can only be described as COVID. I had what I've been affectionately referring to as tastes just like COVID. It's where you have all of the symptoms without the positive test result. I was KO'd for like the entire week last week. I was just laid up. It sucked. I haven't been that sick in like 5 years. But here's the thing. It actually gave me a nice moment to kind of reflect and realize that I am gonna be, in a position like this again at some point in my life. And while I set a fair bit up in my business up until now, I hadn't established much to automate some kind of correspondence with my database when I was out of the picture. And so what it really left me scratching my head on is this. I've got some good prospecting based measures in place to grow my database. Those are going well. I'm working towards some more, key relationship generation and one-to-many groups that I can run and lead. I've talked about those in some of my other segments that I've recorded. I'm really jazzed about all that stuff. I love that stuff. It's where I want my business to grow towards. And at the same time, I've been always, and this has been a consistency in my business from forever, I've been struggling to maintain all of the follow-up I know I need to do in order to bring the value that I want to bring to the relationships that I have with potential customers. So being knocked out for a week, the last week of the summer, sucked on a personal level because I just wanted to go jump in a lake and have some fun. I was supposed to go up and see friends. I didn't get to do that. But on a business level, it also, it came at a good time, but it kind of made me realize that I really feel like I need to do more to bring value to my database on not an automatic level. I don't need to automate it completely, but I do want to bring more value to my database en masse. Right now, my follow-up is very much Sean picking up the phone and calling someone, leaving a voicemail, and then sending a text saying, hey, I was thinking about you, wanted to check in, how are things progressing? Here's an update on my end. I don't think I'll ever stop doing that because I actually think that's, and I was brainstorming with a buddy of mine who really high-minded individual, and we both basically came to the conclusion that's a big part of the value that an actual human brings to a real estate transaction is that personal touch. There's only so much you can automate before it would be pretty logical for someone to get the same amount of value from a machine as they do from us. Simultaneously, I've got all these people in my database I'm following up with that I could probably touch less on a one-to-one personal level in terms of follow-up if I had better systems in place to bring them some value, to remind them that I was there and caring for them. And I've also got 2/3 or 3/4 of the names in my database that aren't in the process of planning a transaction that I'm not bringing any of this value to. So this is my question for myself right now. It's a question I want you to ask yourself in your business too, because I know that there's more that you can be doing. I know there's more I could be doing. How can we bring value to all of those people that we're not following up about a transaction with? How can we bring value to them without having to call them one at a time, and yet still make it feel personal, still make it feel like we've got that kind of connection together? And I'm not going to tell you that I have the answers. I can tell you where I'm going to dig though. Where I'm going to dig is in creating opportunities for me to be with them. So I've shared that I'm working on launching a small business owners mastermind locally where I live. It's fun. I do that for free. I love talking about business. I'm going to learn. I'm going to share. I know I can bring a lot and contribute to a group like that. That's just going to be great. And then I've also shared that I'm running my dad club. I also know that I'll probably launch a wine tasting group soon. That's kind of the next one that I think is a little bit more open to anyone. I love tasting wine. I'm looking for an excuse to collect wine. And so that's a good fit for me. I'm chasing my interests. I'm making it fun. But then I also think that there's a lot of value I could bring to my database that isn't like a necessarily social thing. Maybe it's expanding on my giveaways. So I've been doing giveaways with every one of my email newsletters that I send out. Those have done really well. It's been a really fun way to just like get closer to people. I'd also like to expand more on educational opportunities for people about home ownership. So hosting a seminar surrounding how to purchase your first home, hosting a downsizing seminar. I also think there could be a lot of home ownership presentations that I could host that have nothing to do with a real estate transaction. Maybe I'm talking about grants that people could get access to for improvements to their home. Maybe I'm talking about DIY projects that increase the value of your home that someone could do easily without having to have, a huge learning curve with how to take care of it, change a light fixture, the proper way to paint, ways to get your basement apartment up to fire code, stuff like that. So I'm shooting this one with more of a question than an answer, but it's something that I think I know I can get a lot of value from, and I guarantee every single one of you could do more business and spend less time doing the mind-numbing follow-up calls. Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? If we found a way to take half that value, not all of it, and bring it to the database in a group or bulk setting. And frankly, I think it would be a lot more fun for someone to receive that value, because they probably don't love the "Hi, are you ready yet" calls either. They're important, and we need to have that touch point so we know when to be there to serve people. And at the same time, what if instead you just brought them value in a different way 50 or 70% of the time, so that you were still front of mind, they still felt like they were getting a lot from being in relationship with you, but there was another layer to it. And that's what I want to figure out next. And I'm excited to do that. So what I'm going to ask is, if you have an idea, something that you want to share, if you have a thought, share it with me. Share it with me. Drop it in the comments here. Shoot me a note. If you're trying to work on something, you want to connect on it, I would love to hear about it. And let's figure this out, because the future of my business is not me sitting at my desk 4 days a week for 2 hours doing "Hey, are you ready yet" calls. And I know I need to figure this out, and I know that I can do it in a way that's fun, it's engaging, and it's going to bring more value than what I was doing before, and leave those important conversations to be something that I can really dig in with the right people on at the right time. And I'll keep you posted as I figure it out, if you share your thoughts with me as you move along this little adventure. So, as always, thanks for your time, and I hope that this brought you some value. If it does, please like this video, please subscribe so you don't miss anything else that I put together, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.